Visual Storytelling for Business Part 3, what works best, where and why. In Part 1, I looked at why we prefer to engage with visually rich stories rather than text alone, while in Part 2, I explored why online video has become an essential tool for anyone growing a business online. But all online video is not the same. Knowing what types of visual storytelling work best where and why is central to calculating where to invest your video marketing budget. If you're fortunate enough to have a product or service that has a physical embodiment or outcome, then this is likely to form the focus of your video marketing content. You should be able to not only show potential customers what your products look like, but also how they are made, how they might behave when being used, or the outcome from their use, i.e., a great blender will blend almost anything. Consider yourself lucky to be so visually rich, as all you will need is a good storyline, a quantity of visually interesting video footage, and some editing skills. If, however, yours is a visually impoverished business, then you will inherently struggle to be visually interesting, stimulating, or even exciting. I feel your pain because your only visual resource is likely to be your place of work or the people who work there. The term visual storytelling implies that your videos need to be visually rich, and interesting though people can be, they aren't that interesting to look at. More to the point, people talking to camera only works at level 3, and here's why. Pattern recognition is a known unconscious survival trait that may explain why we engage with music. According to recent studies, the auditory cortex is only excited when challenged by the unpredictability of the melody. On-demand video is a relatively new phenomenon, yet my view is that the same rules apply. If the video is predictable or doesn't engage, it is subconsciously tagged as a known pattern. Curiosity disengages and clicks on to look at something else. This theory is also supported in research published by the Royal Society of the Arts in 2013, when they demonstrated that 15% more of the information contained in an audio recording was remembered when supported with a series of reveal illustrations than when the same information was simply presented by a speaker talking to camera. If you are a visually impoverished business, then don't despair. You are likely to be sitting on a visual goldmine. You just haven't realized it yet. There will be value in what you have to say. You just need to make it visually engaging. Using visual metaphors with animation should be your preferred tool. These don't have to be complex or expensive. They just need to be relevant and visually stimulating. In Part 2, I recommended using the rule of 3 in structuring your video marketing plan. The first level being the content that will grow your audience and help get you found. Entice and engage your audience with short, visually rich stories that are newsworthy, i.e. something interesting which people may have missed, that's topical or informative. You should create it primarily to entertain and distribute it through your social media channels in the hope that some of it will be shared. It is important that you spend time actively seeding the distribution of your videos by encouraging as many people as possible to watch them. Attach a thumbnail image with an embedded link to your video within your emails. Include the same when posting to forums, your blog, or other social media channels. The simple truth is that the more people you can get who already know you to watch your video, then the more likely it is that others who don't know you will also watch your video. Level 2 video content can be longer, go into more depth, be more educational, but also needs to entertain, enrich, and reward without ever overloading the viewer with too much information. I'd describe these as being more corporate video than marketing hook, but be wary of making these too long. Better that they're more like an elevator pitch than a lecture, and not like this presentation, which will be consigned to level 3. They may be the first touch a visitor has with your website, so should educate and inform, while encouraging visitors to want to find out more. Level 3 videos should form the bulk of your online video content. It is where you will find this presentation, and it will be there for anyone happy to invest the time to watch it. Level 3 content is everything which supports and endorses the value of your product or service and might include how-tos, training content, demonstrations, product or service reviews, product rotations, your stuff being used, case studies, customer testimonials, or video FAQs. They put meat on the bone, are there to provide reassurance, reduce any perceived risk, present you as being the experts in what you do to convert prospects into buyers, and don't need to have the same production values as level 1 and 2. This is where people talking to camera works best, because a recorded video is at its most powerful when it is used to resonate emotionally with the viewer. In summary, aim to make your video content relatively fast-paced, visually rich, and if you can, emotionally charged. Unlike broadcast or cinematic storytelling, online video can be paused, rewatched, or abandoned at any point according to viewer whim. Planning your video content based on what level it will sit and where it fits within your video marketing strategy should help reduce that risk.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by.
Thanks for watching.